Hello, I'm Valentina Cervera, EFAy member for the SNP, and we're here today with our young candidate Alex Kerr campaigning in Bells Hill. Alex, what is exactly campaigning and canvassing?
Well, campaigning and canvassing in the SNP is when you go and chat doors, you find out how people are voting, how they feel about things like Scottish independence, or in this election the most important thing, Brexit, and it then helps us get our voters out in the day.
Hello, I'm Valentina Cervera. I'm the EFAy International Officer, and I'm here today with our young candidate Alex Kerr, going number 6 for our MEP list. Alex, why did you want to be an MEP?
Well, I guess it goes back to when I first got involved in the party, which was during the independence referendum. So, like loads of young people my age, it was the first chance we got to really experience how we could shape politics in a way that elections before then never really caught the imagination of people about what Scotland could be. So that's what got me into the whole thing, got me involved in the YSI. And the thing that made me want to be an MP candidate was the damage it was doing to young people in terms of losing them the freedom of movement, the right to work and live wherever you are, and things like Erasmus, the benefits the EU brings, and it's all getting sacrificed on the altar of Brexit for folk like Nigel Farage.
Well, Alex, one of our lot of members of YSI have dropped us a few questions. Hope they are not too hard for you. And we'll be choosing randomly, as long as I will be bombarding my questions as well, so hope you're ready for the challenge.
Okay.
Our first question is, drumroll please, what would your main focus be as an MEP to further Scotland's interest?
Well, to further Scotland's interest, the main focus I think is the main focus it will be for all of our MEP candidates, probably be keeping us in Europe, first and foremost. Ideally, in the long term, we want to be an independent country inside the European family of nations, but Scotland benefits in so many ways from EU membership, so that would be the main focus.
This is a question from Ian Gallagher. I can tell your handwriting is like a doctor, so hope you never have to write me a receipt. Our next question is, what will be your priorities for the short time you could be in Brussels?
It's a similar answer to the last one, but I can see what they mean in terms of we don't know how long the MEPs are going to be in Brussels. It's possible we may not even be able to take up seats in the time that's going to be there if there's a deal put forward by the Tory party that's agreed by the Labour Party. But again, the key thing is opposition, making Scotland's opposition to Brexit heard on the international stage with countries across Europe, and letting them know that despite what is coming out of the UK, Scotland is looking for something different. Scotland's future is in a different direction.
What can Alex Kerr as an MEP bring to the EU and for the Scottish young people?
Yeah, I mean, it's my experience as a young person is something I think that's quite important. That is often missing from politics, that the average age tends to be quite a bit higher, and that's not a terrible thing. In terms of politics, it should represent everybody. And I think as someone who's 24 years old, who's a young person in politics, who's personally impacted by these things, so, I mean, I'll be one of the folk who's losing the right to go on Erasmus, to go and live and work in, say, Berlin if I wanted to. So I think being personally affected by these kind of changes gives me a better platform to argue against them.
Well, good question. Another random one.
Yeah.
Why is important these elections for young people?
The elections for young people is important because of everything they're set to lose from Brexit. So it's not a normal European election, obviously. A lot of the European elections normally are quite low turnout, they're very considered tertiary, but this election is so important because it gives us a chance to send a signal to folk in Westminster that the Scottish people will not stand for being dragged out of the European Union against their will. They're not going to be able to take away all these opportunities for young people that the European Union brings, and there's loads of tremendous groups doing great things, and there's a hustings that's coming up next Saturday actually that is being organised by one of these groups, and it's just all the money that comes in for apprenticeships as well, and towards other organisations and structural funds. It's just going to be a disaster if we're pulled out.
Well, I'm going to grab the last question. Let's see who is the lucky one. Oh, that one for you. The last one is, what does this election relate to Scottish independence?
Well, this election is not exactly about Scottish independence. It's about keeping Scotland in Europe, making sure we keep the benefits of European membership. But it does hammer home the fact that Scotland's going in a different direction from the rest of the UK. I mean, we see what's happening, what brought us to this point in terms of the Brexit campaign. I mean, you've got things like the Tory government's policies that are way out of whack with the Scottish population. But the key thing is, Scotland does not get what it votes for. And time again, this has been proven. This is just the latest example, but this is possibly the most damaging we've ever had. And it does make the case for independence unstoppable.
What would you say to young people to get them out in the polling stations and to go vote and vote for you?
What we'd say to young people is this is your chance to make your voice heard. The politicians tend to focus on older voters who turn out to vote regularly. If you turn out to vote, you can send them a clear signal and they won't be ignoring you anymore.
Well, and now we're in the most exciting part of the video. I hope you're ready for it. Also, by the way, this notebook was given to me during the SNP conference. It's actually a pretty cool one, but it's not mine. So whoever it is, you can slide into my DMs and I'll get it back to you. So this is a wee quiz that I had prepared for Alex about knowledge of the EU and Scotland. So, first question. When was the EU created?
I think early in the 50s was the precursor to the EU, maybe. It was to do with coal steel, I think. I can't remember the exact year. But the actual EU itself is fairly recent compared to that. I want to say 1991, 1992.
Yeah, if you go for 1992, that's the right one. It was just after the Maastricht Treaty.
Yep.
But then the EU, it wasn't just renamed until 1st of November 1993. Second question. How many official languages are in the EU?
How many official languages? That's a tough one. Probably there'll be one for each country, so I don't know. There's 28 odd countries, so 23?
24. I'm going to give to that one because I'm a good person. But yeah, 24 official languages. So when you're in chamber, each of the languages have their own translator. It's actually pretty amazing the way they translate and just interpret it. Yeah, it's brilliant. When did the UK join the EU?
Oh, I don't know. UK would have been, let's see, 74?
1973. Actually, it's pretty funny because France rejected the UK's entry application 2 times. Feels like they was going to get into uni and never made it. Now we're going back to Scotland, so now you can feel like home. How many islands has Scotland?
Right, I mean Scotland has 100 islands. Is this islands that are populated or?
Just islands.
Just islands in general?
Hunters,
yep. I'll be honest, I have no idea, so it's a wild guess. I think maybe about 700, 710, 715?
790. Very close by, to be honest. 790.
Yeah, I mean...
I wonder what do we have in those islands? Probably like thousands of Loch Ness monsters.
Well, interestingly, the SNP actually owned an island. They were donated an island.
Oh, can you imagine a wee campaign trip to the wee island? Nicola, buy us a boat. When was the first international football match? Actually, in the whole world history, was in Scotland. What city? You have 3 options. Aberdeen, Edinburgh, or Glasgow.
I'm not big into football, so I'm gonna guess, but I vaguely remember Aberdeen being mentioned.
Unfortunately, no. It's actually in Partick, so just right nearby. Glasgow City, boy.
That's good, yes, yeah, best city in Scotland.
Last question.
Yep.
Last question. What's the deepest loch in Scotland?
I don't know that either. You know more about Scotland than me. Loch Lomond, I'll guess.
Actually, Loch Lomond is beautiful, but
oh no,
it's Loch Morar. To be honest, I thought you were gonna go for Loch Ness because it's the most typical one, but Loch Morar, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, it has its own monster as well, but it's not as popular. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe we could. We could bring Boris Johnson there and they can get pals. Well, Alex, thank you very much. And for you watching at home, 23rd in Scotland, vote for Alex, vote for the SNP to stop Brexit.
Brilliant. Make sure to get a vote.
These elections are some of the most important elections for young people in Scotland that there have ever been. This is your chance to make sure your freedom of movement, your right to live and work across the European Union is protected. Vote for the SNP on the 23rd of May and send a clear signal. Scotland's for Europe and we're not leaving.